No one likes being called judgmental or intolerant, but that is what Christians are called when we stand up for what God says. Let's discuss this. First, here's a perspective change. Sometimes we Christians are so concerned about being judgmental that we miss the hypocrisy. The people calling us judgmental and intolerant are being just that. They are judging us. Who gives them that right? Ask them. Second, judging is not always wrong. When Jesus said, "Do not judge," he was speaking of minor issues, specks in another's eye. We know this because just a few verses later, he tells us not to give precious things to dogs and pigs. Some people are dogs and pigs, and we need to judge. For example, would you leave your child with a pedophile? No, of course not. Jesus teaches, stop judging by mere appearances, but instead judge correctly. So Jesus wants us to judge, but he wants us to do it correctly. Third, Christian judgment is reserved primarily for judging Christians. Paul wrote, "What business is it of mine to judge those outside the church? Are you not to judge those inside? God will judge those outside. Expel the wicked person from among you." The reason we are to judge Christians, not outsiders, is because Christians have committed to Christ and His law. Non-believers have not. How then can we hold them to a law that they have not committed to? We cannot. That's why Paul wrote, "But now I am writing to you that you must not associate with anyone who claims to be a brother or sister, but is sexually immoral, or greedy, or an idolater or slanderer, a drunkard or a swindler. Do not even eat with such people." We need to hold Christians to the standard of Christ. God will judge the non-Christians. Lastly, Jesus calls us to be salt and light. We want to win the world for Christ, so we influence society in a positive way. We don't force non-Christians to become Christian, but we have at least as much right to influence society as they have. Some argue that society should be religion-free, that is, secular. But secular is also a belief system. Why should a secular belief system have more rights than a Christian belief system? It shouldn't. Paul used his citizen rights for himself and for the gospel, and so can you.